Do you struggle to stay motivated or to stay consistent in your journey? Well, that is the reality for most young men on self improvement. 1 week you're doing all the progress in the world, becoming the best version of yourself, understanding yourself more than you ever have, reaching all of your goals. However, the next week it all comes crashing down, where you're back to level one. You're doing all the bad habits again, all the progress you've made, all the insurmountable record that you've achieved in your personal self improvement journey, they all feel to be fading away. Where you're now back to doing and becoming the person you wish you had left behind. That is the reality for most young men on self improvement. And it's an honest truth. I myself have struggled with this on multiple occasions where 1 week you feel like you're the most productive man in the world. You're doing all the good habits, becoming the best version of yourself, being the most consistent you've ever been, waking up with that drive, that masculine energy to achieve, to achieve, to achieve. However, the next week you're down in the rut again. You wake up once again, just feeling like shit, not having the same motivation or desire or work ethic to do what you want to do. Yes, people talk about discipline. Discipline is very important. But with discipline, what allows you to wake up in the morning and do your work is the motivation. Every disciplined man has motivation behind him. Some days you lack that motivation, and that is completely normal. The problem is when we start losing motivation, we stop doing the work. So the thing is, not every day is going to be ultra productive, and I think we got to accept that as a reality as a man. As much as we, as Stoics, don't like to talk about our feelings or don't want to express our feelings completely, we do have to understand that they do play a part in your day-to-day routine. Where, on some extent, there will be some days where you're a little more lethargic than you were another day. Not every day can be 100% of your potential. Yes, you can aim to do the best as you can, but you won't feel the same on every day. And that is the beauty of feeling, that is the beauty of life. It teaches you that not every day is the same, not every finger is the same, but it's a difference that creates the uniqueness in each day. Each day provides different challenges, new obstacles, and you as a man on self-improvement needs to deal with these consequences, need to deal with these challenges. The biggest obstacle you face in your path, and most of us face in our path, is that of consistency. Because consistency is what kills us. See, everybody in the world has a dream of losing weight. Everybody wants to get into this, get that six pack, get fit. And most people start. You've seen those people who get in the gym in January on January 1st, and they say that this is my year. I'm going to lose all that weight. But what happens to them in February? What happens to them in the second week of January? They leave the gym. Why? Because they cannot stay consistent with the goals that they have decided upon themselves. So the thing is, life is going to put you through the most tumultuous situations, the most tumultuous circumstances that you know. You're going to be in precarious position, be in one precarious position to another. What you need to do as a man is understand yourself and live to your truest potential. See, consistency is going to be the biggest obstacle in your way, but the obstacle is the way. We can go through the easy path of life and just live in oblivion where, nothing, I don't know anything. I'm not a man of self-improvement. I'll just live my life like a normal person. But you don't want to do that, do you? You don't want to be just a regular guy. If you want to be average, then obviously just go around, just stick with your feelings and just do whatever you feel like. But at the end of the day, you don't want to live like an average person. You want to be above average. You want to be the extremist. You want to be the guy who achieves the most in his life, spiritually, financially, physically, however it is that you feel you want to achieve your goals. And I think the main way you should do that is by understanding your mind first. You're not going to have every day that's the best, but just try and make each day count. And as much as this advice is for you, it's also for me. I also struggle with keeping a straight routine and following myself on a consistent basis. Consistency is a problem for all of us. But what you can do is, do the little things. Maybe on a day where you just feel just not wanting to do anything. When those days where you're just tired and I can't do anything. Maybe just read. Spend your time reading. That's a productive activity to do, right? And it doesn't take much energy. Maybe read. Nothing else to do. Watch a podcast, understand something new, learn something new, learn a new skill. Still a good thing to do. Spend some time with your family. Talk to them. Why do you have to return to the bad habits? Why do you have to return to the video game? Why do you have to return to the porn? There are so many things to do in life. You don't always have to be ultra productive. You can slow down, you can calm down. that doesn't mean that you have to go back to where you started from. In the days where you just want to rest, talk to your family, man. Just call them up, have a conversation, play some chess, man. Have some fun. Go outside, play a sport, maybe read a book. There's so much to do, but it's just you not wanting to do it. See, the motivation is something that is fleeting. It'll come one day, it'll leave you the next day. What has to stay consistent is your desire to become the best version of yourself. And I'm talking to myself here as well. But I'm gonna watch this video back whenever I feel like I'm losing the motivation or the consistency to do anything. Because I recently have started this last week. I was not able to work at all. My work ethic had decreased massively. The only productive habit I was doing was going to the gym. But now that I've thought about it, I've sat down and just understood myself. I started realizing that I'm wasting my time and wasting the potential that I have as a man. We have very little time on this planet, guys. Just use it to the best of your abilities. Just do whatever you feel is right. Don't forget the reason why you started. I think that's my best advice to anybody. Just don't forget the reason why you started. Don't forget the guy in the mirror who when you started out you wanted to become better for. And today you must be 10 times, 15 times better than that guy. But are you still the best version of yourself? I think you owe it to yourself to become the best version of yourself. I think what we all crave in this world more than anything is becoming the person that we know that we can become. As much as you try to deny it, we all know we have tremendous amount of potential that we can achieve. But we're just letting it go. Why? Sit down, think about it. Maybe then you may get the rush of motivation. And even if you don't, maybe just, do something that will help you in your life. Why do you have to waste it? That's just my opinion, guys. And if you ever feel like you are wasting your time, you're not able to do something, don't blame it upon yourself. Don't be that guy. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be like, why am I doing this? Because that will just force you in order to do it again. Understand why you did it. Instead of blaming yourself for doing it, understand why you did it. Because see, if we can understand why we do something, that'll do so much better for us than to just blaming ourselves for it. I think this goes for everything. Maybe you've started fapping again. Don't blame yourself for it. Just think about why you're doing it. Maybe find the root cause of it. Because see, even I started doing it again when I was on NoFap for a very long time, but then I stopped it suddenly. And then I just started fapping again for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I was blaming myself that whole period, but then I just sat down and thought, why am I doing this? And when you understand yourself and the nuances of your brain and how your mind works, I think that is when you achieve true, spiritual awakening and awakening into your true psychological sense and become the best version of the man you can become. So that's it for this video, guys.